Corey, you're gonna open the mutation, okay? Okay, well, not quite 6. Now, so yeah, go ahead, please. So, could we get a motion to approve our monster agenda tonight, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it with no changes.
Okay, motion by Holmes, second by Armstrong. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Okay, if we can rise, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Looks like we have media on the line. No public comment there, no public comment here. JD, I think we are ready for your report.
Good evening, board. I'm JD King, Page County Engineer. Fine day in Page County. Sent out the engineer update last evening. Did y'all get it? I'm having some issues with my
I got it at 5:28 today.
528 today.
I don't think I ever received it. Oh, I just, yeah, 528. Yep, on my way over here. I got it.
So your internet's running slower than you are, JD.
Oh dear.
You got a hard copy for us, don't you?
I do. Oh.
So is Corey aware of that? He is now.
Well, he helped me out a couple days ago. Last week. Although it is allowing me to delete stuff now. Yeah, I did a restart, probably about 5.
Okay. Must've been sitting in your outbox.
Technology is great when it works.
Yep.
The blades are out of the districts, ones that are running anyway. Have 2 mowers running the John Deere and the Cat. The Cat today had a flat tire. We're running the Northwest in the district, and the pavements south of 2, we're hitting those again. Spray batchers over west, we had a different crew in it on Monday than the regular crew today. Well, not a regular crew, but some of the old crew was back with the new crew. Pipe crew was working on J55. They were Monday. I saw them in the shop today doing some maintenance. The Mather crew is working on their 4th pipe, and there is a claim for the 3 sites they installed already today. We're hauling rock on the Quarry Road after reshaping it of last week, and also over the pipe on B Alley that Mather installed for us. They're cutting tree overhang issues down in the southwest. And we have a new hire starting on Thursday. Of course, last week I said that the motor grader and rebuild would be here this week. And it got held up in paint, so it's next week. But if it just, if it shifts a week, that's about the least I've seen it for shift in it. The motor grader number 6, our sole John Deere motor grader, is in Omaha at the Murphy shop, and they did some compression checks. We're down on compression on 2 cylinders. And so they were talking about an overhaul and reman, but today they also had our maintenance guy suggested they could pull the head, see if there's anything wrong with the head. before we spend big bucks on overhaul or reman. And we're probably leaning toward the reman because of the warranty and the swiftness of, instead of rebuilding, have this machine down for a month, we just take one engine out, put the other one in. So, we're waiting for more data on that. Our truck tractor 24 and it's 46 instead of 45. That's incorrect. It's 46. They're still up in Omaha waiting parts. And parts is an issue right now, given the circumstances of possibly pandemic or other reasons. We're waiting on a blower motor for our cat motor graders, and there's hundreds of thousands of cat motor graders out there, if not millions. But the blower motor that sits in the cab that moves hot air and cold air around, we're getting one from, I asked him this twice, are you kidding me? We're getting one from Johannesburg, South Africa. So it'll be here when it gets here, I suppose. Anyhow, that's the state of the equipment today. We're grinding in, Manats is grinding in cement powder to F Avenue, M44 on the North Bloor Road. We broke down last Friday and they went home. They got another hose over the weekend. It ran yesterday, part of the day. It broke, and then yesterday they found one in Tennessee, brought it here today, and it ran about half a day again. So they're bringing in another machine. So this grinding in the powder has taken longer than anticipated, and our auto seal work, in other words, the surface of this is now scheduled for Friday and Saturday of this week. And then once, that'll be the first lift, and then they'll move over to the Bradyville stretch, grind cement powder in that, do an auto seal lift on that, and then go back to Northborough and flip flop to get that second coat on. On Friday, we're scheduled to do a fog seal on J20 east of 71. This will extend over into Taylor County. In fact, then Taylor County is doing the stretch on over to Iowa 148. So we're doing 3 miles, Taylor County is doing 10 miles. And we're had a little blurb on the radio this morning. Believe it or not, I did comment about the sharing the mow costs, which would be a good deal for both Page and Taylor County. The Seal Go plans are uploaded to our project development system. I anticipate having a title sheet for that plan set and a title sheet for the hot mix asphalt resurfacing on the Stanton Road or M63. Those will both be ready next week for board signature, and I'll have it on the agenda. Tomorrow is a meeting of the East and West Enchiladas Watershed Management Area for Authority up in Oakland. There'll be a project tour start at 9 o'clock. Next week, the transportation officials at federal, state, and local level from Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska, and Kansas are getting together in St. Joe. Last year it was canceled. And since Page County is close, I like to attend that. See engineers from highway officials from all over these 4 states have the same kind of problems here, what the feds are doing and what they're thinking with the various infrastructure bills that are out there. Maybe get a little clarity. Questions for me about the update?
On the overhaul, what's the remand? Do you have any idea what the remand versus overhaul is?
I don't know. I haven't seen hard numbers yet. Is it in the 40s?
either way? Or-
Probably they're fairly similar. Maybe the rebuilding ours may be more expensive. I don't know yet. I haven't seen the numbers yet. But if they're similar numbers, I still think the reman is probably a better alternative given the warranty. I mean, if they see something that meets spec, if our stuff meets spec, they'll put it back in. Where the reman probably have a little more care and read
Mhm.
And this is the first engine overhaul on a machine that I've seen since I've been here. So I don't know if that's indicative of the brand or not, but
How many rough hours are on that one right now? How high is it?
anyway, say again,
How many hours are on that rough?
it was purchased in 2014 with a few, maybe 1,000 hours on it, so it's 6,000-7,000 hours. It should run longer,
Mm-hmm.
or we would expect it to run at 14,000 without overhaul.
Any other questions for JD? The only question I had, JD, on the overhangs, because we are getting close to harvest. How much left do we have? You're in the Southwest District now. Are we about done with cutting brush and trees above the farm market roads?
These would primarily be on gravel for maybe the dirt.
Okay.
I guess I don't have the answer. We're gonna keep cutting. It's pretty dry. So it's a good alternative to burn the diesel and make it dust.
Right.
Although we do have some dirts yet that we need to get across before the harvest. I was down a road of interest yesterday, and we hadn't gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. This week's the week. So, thank you.
I'm just gonna say on E Avenue, I did have a little more discussion. Might not hurt if it stays dry. He may want to go through there and blade it up while it's still dry. Still a little bit of
Knock the
concern.
ruts down, maybe.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
what rut there is.
Yeah, still a little concerned.
I've got photographs of that.
Yeah. So,
I know it's out of your bailiwick, but we all commented before you got here about the DOT project on Highway 2. Are they
can you
just,
get them to speed that up a little bit, up there by Shenandoah?
I mean, are you talking the
The Shenandoah.
bridges or the
No,
work
no.
on the center line?
Yeah, the work
Center.
on the center line.
I use an alternate route.
I think I'm going to start.
And you know, we have a pretty decent network to get off
right.
the two and go east and west at 190th or 230th.
Mhm. Have you heard how long they might be?
I don't know. But of course, what I see is
Mhm.
and it stems back from when they were doing that last, overlay on top of the concrete. We put those extra safety edges and step down, so that should somebody drop a wheel off, it's not.
Right.
So they've introduced weakness because you can't compact that very well. So we don't do that when we do resurfacing. We have as close to vertical edge as we can get. And then they push roll that in and then we've also, I haven't here yet because we haven't used that technique here yet, but also I've banded the center line with a fog seal that's clear. And so I'm putting a sealant over the center line joint, which is a problem area, without covering up the parking. It's a soybean based product that we were experimenting with, but it only comes in totes, doesn't come in bulk.
Huh.
So I advised the vendor of the guy selling it, that you know, when he was serious about doing it for counties, because they use it in cities extensively. When he's serious about doing it for counties, you know, put it in a 5,000 gallon tanker and then we'll spray it. But there's too many totes in 5,000 gallons, and we use 5,000 gallons on, you know, 6 miles.
Just wanted to also say I had a very nice comment in regards to you and your position from the Shenandoah Chamber and Industry Executive Director. He just commented to me today on how much he enjoys his business with you and keeping abreast of what's going on in the area.
So I try to stop by there from time to time, just
He appreciates that, so.
with PR. I was down, I was even talking with the auditor today.
I saw your truck here and I was in the courthouse, so I thought maybe you were hiding.
I thought he was just in trouble. I didn't know.
No, just carrying on with the, you know, it was, I stopped by the auditor's office, you know, after the board meeting, it just, it was messing with that schedule. Just a little bit.
Being in the evening.
But we used it today to, I met somebody came after hours. To meet me in the office, and that suited just fine.
Oh,
good. Good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, JD.
Enjoy your route home on 290. Angie?
So before we get too far on my reason here, the agenda says to the city of Shenandoah, which I know I sent as the city of Shenandoah because Milan Sorensen's their attorney. He's acting as the Essex, so it should be city of Essex.
Yes.
Will that be amendable?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
I
fine.
was just sitting there and I thought, oh, I'm sure I typed Shenandoah. So Milan Sorensen reached out to me in regards to 707 Omaha Avenue. When I look at Beacon, it looks like a bare lot. They're
That's what I
interested
saw.
in development is what he told my deputy, but I can't speak on that. So it's just not going through the court system, which is what we see most commonly in these parcels. They're just asking for us to sign the county held tax sale certificate. And after they take deed, then he'll come again through me and ask for abatement of the back taxes.
Okay.
So I looked, I mean, without penalty, it's under $1,000 for back taxes.
Yeah. It's pretty small.
Corey, thanks for putting that up there. Yeah. So the physical address, you say 707 Omaha?
707 Omaha Avenue, yes.
Okay.
He thought somebody was going to build there or?
I
he
can't
didn't?
say.
Okay.
She just said the city of Essex, and my deputy said development, but I can't speak on what.
Yeah. I'd make a motion to approve.
Okay, do I hear-
Tax abatement. Or not tax abatement, but the assignment of county held tax certificate to the city of Essex.
I'll second that. Okay, motion by Armstrong, second by Holmes. Any other discussion? Angie, thanks for staying late with us.
Yes, I
We
just
need
Need
to,
us some signatures?
yeah. Did we, all in favor say aye?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
All right. So we've got an abatement next week finally for that property in Shenandoah that burned down about a year ago or so. And yeah, yes, they've taken deed.
I've found up a fair number of these. Where do you want me to sign?
You are signing urgent purchaser.
Easier for him if you put an X, so he'll be able to find.
Yeah.
Well, they're confusing. Did you know you? thought
Yeah, I
about
just,
that?
yeah, I just thought that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you. Thanks. All right. Board communication time. I'll start if you guys are okay. We had hoped to have some window proposals ready for today's meeting. One did come in. Second one, I'm told, will be here later this week. And the other parties who had shown an interest have all bowed, otherwise. have
Yeah,
all
I saw
bowed
they'd
out.
all bowed out.
So on our agenda next week will be to hear the proposals of these two. So.
Now, are they going to be here to propose?
I think in both cases,
Okay.
they will
Okay.
both be here, yes. I read the
one.
Mhm.
Berger,
Yeah, Berger. And
Pretty impressive work they've done in the area.
It is. It's just, I think our project isn't as
big,
big and complicated as they made that.
Mhm.
that one, yeah, I'm hoping it's not, although,
You know, it's gonna be interesting though, because I wonder with their knowledge of these older courthouses that we can discuss a little bit about the moisture issue.
oh,
I mean, now is a prime time when you've got specialists,
that's a good point.
you know,
Well, try to remind
we
each other.
might want
ask
to,
them that.
yeah, visit with them about that.
So anyway, they'll be here, and then that'll be on the agenda. Also on the agenda, the Wellness Committee met this afternoon, and they're making a recommendation that I want to put on our agenda for next week. So, and their recommendation is that they use some of their funding to incentivize our employees who have become vaccinated as part of the wellness. So we'll hear about that next week, and it will be on the agenda. And yesterday, attended the 9-county MHDS meeting in Oakland. Lots going on in that world. Probably nothing too reportable until we get into November, but there's a lot of activity.
All mine are still upcoming. I've got West Central next week, and I'm gonna go to the public health on Monday. Trying to think what else next week. There's a SWIFCO meeting next week. But nothing, I didn't have anything this last week.
Okay.
So,
Tomorrow I go to Council Bluffs. If you want to do something.
Yep.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
That's the only thing I have coming,
yeah.
I think in the coming week. I think.
I'm surprised that they're doing that in person, that they're doing your meeting in person, because.
That's interesting, isn't it?
And is it, because the Fourth Judicial District,
They're doing theirs by.
theirs are all, and we've got one on Thursday, and they postponed, they put it onto Zoom again.
Yeah.
So,
The email doesn't say anything different. Just there.
so anyhow, well, thanks for all the involvement in those meetings. It's appreciated. And it's work that is very interesting. All right. We have nothing else other than to approve the minutes, I guess. So I have a motion to approve our minutes.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Armstrong, second by Holmes. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second that.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. Angie, thanks for coming